Broadcasting live from the Meridics v. OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Ford Ice Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. As we have made it to the final game in our opening night playoff triple-header, the 3-6 game in the Predators Cup, Franklin-BGA and Montgomery Bell. A very interesting game because the last time these two teams met just a couple of weeks ago, they ended in a 1-1 tie. Franklin-BGA outplayed, outshot MBA, but were unable to get the winner, and neither were the Big Red. And we just had Pope Prep CPA GCA beat Brentwood, even though to me that's not an upset. That's not an upset to me. I think Pope are good enough, and this might not be an upset either if Franklin can win it. We'll see what happens as things unfold. We've had one more High Cup game go final. The 2-7 game, Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb beating Independence 5-3. So Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb will play the Hendersonville Centennial winner next Monday night. Independence will play the loser of that game on Friday night. The Hendersonville Centennial game not taking place until Wednesday because they didn't have enough slots tonight. They couldn't get an extra slot. Anyway, both teams on the ice warming up. So let's talk about, first up, Franklin-BGA, coached by Todd Gross, had a really good stretch to end the regular season as we go over the results of their last 5 games. Dating back to January 9th, a 3-3 tie with Franklin-BGA, then the 1-1 tie with MBA, 4-3 win over Rutherford Rampage on January 18th, 3-3 tie with Pope last Monday, and then they ended the regular season last Wednesday with a 5-3 loss to Mount Juliet Green in Lebanon. They were on a 5-game unbeaten streak at one point in Phase 3. So here are the final stats, the final regular season stats for Franklin. Matt Yurievich was the team's leading scorer. He had 21 points from 14 goals and 7 assists. Brandon Mills, 11 points from 5 goals and 6 assists. McLean Butters, 10 points from 6 goals and 4 assists. Gavin Akers, 9 points from 5 goals and 4 assists. Michael Mannion, 8 points from 3 goals and 5 assists. Hudson Loesch, 6 points from 4 goals and 2 assists. Casper Thurston, 6 points from 2 goals and 4 assists. Grant Hayes, 5 points from 2 goals and 3 assists. Owen McGrorty and Quinn Loesch each had 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Cole Pointer, 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Cale Lewis, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Quinn Spencer, 2 points from assist. And Josh Yurievich and Nolan Larrabee each had a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Franklin got 2 goalies from the Outlaws, Jacob Benoit and Garen Darby. Benoit played in 8 games. His record 2-2-3. Played just shy of 322.5 minutes. Goals against average of 3.65. No shutouts. He allowed 28 goals on 161 shots. Turned away the other 133. His save percentage in the regular season, .830. Garen Darby played in 6 games. His record 1-3-2. He played 224 minutes. Goals against average of 6 even. No shutouts. He allowed 32 goals on 117 shots. Turned away the other 85. His save percentage in the regular season was .730. And Chad Jansen, who was the goalie on the Franklin Independence JV team, played in 1 game. I can't remember which game that was, but they lost it. He played the full 42 minutes, allowed 5 goals on 29 shots, turned away the other 24. His save percentage in the regular season was .830. I think it was the game against Pope in November. I'll have to check. But now let's move on to Montgomery Bell, coached by J.P. Dumont. Won the Preds Cup just 2 years ago. Let's look at the results of their last 5 games coming into the regular season. Dating back to January 4th when they beat Father Ryan 5-0. January 9th they beat Pope 3-2. 1-1 tie with Franklin on January the 11th. 1-1 tie with Ravenwood on January 20th. And then last Monday closed the regular season with a 4-3 win over Brentwood. Here are the final regular season stats for the Big Red. Lee Guy was the team's leading scorer at 30 points from 21 goals and 9 assists. Cooper Green, 21 points from 6 goals and 15 assists. Matt Moore, 13 points from 5 goals and 8 assists. Trey Wick, 9 points from 7 goals and 2 assists. Trace Graham, 9 points from 2 goals and 7 assists. Cam Kinzer, 6 points all from assists. Emmett Castile, 4 points from a goal and 3 assists. Ed Herlitzka, 4 points all from assists. Alex Dubé, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Caleb Kirkland, Ethan Sides, and Lucas Tarquin each with a point from a goal. Michael DiTillo and Brandon Fremgen each had a point from an assist. On to goalie play. Hunter Wick played in 13 games. His record 9-1-3. Played 546 minutes. Goals against average of 1.77. 2 shutouts. Allowed 23 goals on 307 shots. Turned away the other 84. His save percentage in the regular season was .930. And Aiden Becker, the backup, played in one game, the December 5th loss to Mount Juliet. Played the full 42 minutes, allowed 5 goals on 15 shots, turned away the other 10. His final regular season save percentage was .670. Goals against average, obviously, of 5. And let me just pull up that one game Chad Jansen played in while I wait for the game to start. Got to go back to the first half stats for MBA. MBA in the Phase 3 went 2-2-3. In the GNASH Cup race, they went 3-6-5. MBA finished second in the GNASH Cup race, 9-2-3. They went 3-1-3 in Phase 3 of the regular season. Jacob Benoit going to start in goal for Franklin. Hunter Wick going to start in goal for MBA for this first period. MBA will carry the puck from my left to right. And Franklin from my right to left. And yes, it was the October 31st loss to Pope that Chad Jansen played his one game in goal this season for Franklin. As the game is underway. And a shot stopped and covered up by Hunter Wick. I went back and I watched that Franklin MBA game that the MBA student broadcast team did, and Franklin flat out outplayed them. Should have won it. Draws to Wick's left. It ends up behind the net. MBA trying to clear it out. And it just goes over the blue line, and here's Matt Moore into the Franklin zone, gets knocked off the puck from behind. Trey Wick looked like he was going to carry it to the front of the net. Now he's trying to put it out in front, but he is denied by Hudson Loesch. Hudson. It's the younger of the two. Quinn is the only BGA player actually on the roster. Hudson is homeschooled in zone for Franklin. Matt Moore back in the Franklin zone, passing it off to Trey Wick. Passing up to the left point now. And Trace Graham, who fires it back down low, and it comes around the wall to the near side. Nolan Larrabee pushed off the puck. Here's Matt Moore out in front of backhander, stopped and covered up by Jacob Benoit. 12:39 to go in the first. Zip, and both sides have had a shot turned away. Draws to the left of Benoit. Outlaws leading Station Camp 4-0 at the end of 2. The loser of this game will play Father Ryan on Wednesday night here in Bellevue, while the winner will play Ravenwood next Monday night here in Bellevue. Lee Guy trying to flip the puck ahead. Puck back in the NBA zone. Brandon Mills passing over to Hudson Loesch. Loesch goes behind the net, and the puck poked away by Michael DiTillo. Now the puck is out on the near side. Here's Owen McGroarty passing up to the right or left point, and Loesch, and his one-timer was blocked by McGroarty, who got knocked down. So an accidental block. Puck put out in front, but nobody in a black sweater could get to it. Kept in the zone, though, and a soft shot from Brandon Mills is gloved and held onto by Hunter Wick. Draws to the left of Wick. One by MBA. Puck slapped around the boards to the near side now. Down the right wing it goes into the Franklin zone. Comes up to the right point, and a shot from Cooper Green blocked. Puck comes back up to Green. His shot misses the net to the left of Jacob Benoit. Puck out on the far boards. Now here's Matt Moore sending it down the wall. Owen McGroarty with it. Banks it off the near boards. Held in Cooper Green. Here's Lucas Tarquin. Now McGroarty with it. Passing behind the net to Preston Kimbrough, and Kimbrough is going to clear. Will McCormick. Puck poked away from him as he chased it into the NBA zone. Puck passed up the ice, but intercepted by Quinn Spencer, who whiffs on a clearing attempt. And, getting to the front of the net was Ethan Moore, but Aiden Murphy got onto him and got the puck away. Puck out on the far side. Ethan Sides hands it off to Lee Guy, who ends up knocking it into his own bench. 9:49 to go in the first. Still zip. Draw's going to be to the left of Hunter Wick. And the puck goes out to center as Franklin win it. Brought back in by Matt Yurjevich on the left wing side. Around the back of the net, tries a wraparound. Was stopped by Hunter Wick. Or maybe it went off his stick and never got there. Still showing one shot apiece on the board. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Held in, left point, Yurjevich. Another shot, went over the net. Tracked down by Quinn Spencer on the far side. Backhanded towards the front of the net. But Grant Hayes knocked it down with a glove, and I think they called hand pass as he flipped it to Cole Pointer. So that draws the whistle. Draw will be on the dot in front of the NBA bench at center. One by Franklin. Here is Brandon Mills, a shot off the left leg pad of Hunter Wick. Puck just went over the blue line and was brought back in offside by Josh Yurjevich. Josh, the freshman, Matt, the outgoing senior. As Franklin win the draw and get it back into the NBA zone. Puck comes up to the left point. Hudson Loesch's shot hit a stick. Came to the slot. Brandon Mills couldn't get a shot off. And then he ends up backhanding it wide. Puck out on the far side. Now it's in the Franklin zone, but Hudson Loesch's up backhanding it into his own bench. 8:33 left in the first, still zip. Draw is going to be to the right of Benoit. One by MBA and a one-timer blocked. Admirals trying to get the puck out of their zone. Josh Yurjevich tracks it down behind his own net. Puck sent around to the near boards. Here's Michael Mannion. Back in the NBA zone, but lost the puck. And Lee Guy tried to clear it out. Hudson Loesch holds it in. Nolan Larrabee, left circle, a shot over the net. Puck out on the far boards and poked ahead. Lee Guy catches up to it. Left wing side of the Franklin zone. Has to stop, turn around, try to drop it in the slot, but Trace Graham, was a little too far behind it. Michael Mannion flips it back into the NBA zone. Rolls off the outside of the cage. Franklin to the bench for a change. Cam Kinzer will clear the puck. Trace Graham deflects it back into the Franklin zone. Here's Owen McGroarty having the puck poked away by Matt Moore. And now Preston Kimbrough behind his own net. Banks it off the near boards, back to center. Now Matt Moore. Puck in the Franklin zone on the left wing side. Oh, nice hit on Eli Stark by Aiden Murphy. Puck comes up to the blue line. Brandon Fremgen holds it in. Eli Stark kicking it ahead, but he can't get his stick on it. Houston Vale cleared it out, or tried to clear it out. It's now in the left wing corner. Matt Moore going after it. Puck put out in front, but Vale with it. At the other end, a shot turned away by Benoit. Puck back in the NBA zone, tracked down by Brandon Fremgen. He tries to clear, held into the right point. Quinn Spencer, a shot gloved and held on to by Hunter Wick. 6:04 to go in the first and still no goals on the board. Draw to the left of Wick. Franklin with it. Grant Hayes on the far side, leaving it in the right wing corner. Here's Matt Yurevich putting it out in front. NBA trying to come up with it. And they get it out. Hunter Wick poking it ahead. It's in the Franklin zone. Cleared out by Quinn Spencer. Oh, Trey Wick wanted to bring it back in, but he whiffed on it. He got hit at the blue line by Spencer. Lee Guy and Trace Graham both went over the blue line, or Guy went into the zone ahead of the puck, and Graham brought it in offside. 5:34 to go in the first, still zip. The Mount Juliet Rutherford game should be underway by now. And they're going to drop the puck on the dot at center across from the Rutherford bench. In front of the across from the Rutherford bench. Across from the Franklin bench in front of the Franklin bleachers. It's in the Franklin zone. Matt Moore, left circle shot. Benoit gets a piece of it into the netting. Above the glass it goes. Draw going to be to the right of Benoit. Puck goes out to center, picked up by Michael Datillo. Puck out in front of the NBA net. Owen unable to get his stick on in the slot was Nolan Larrabee. Back the other way come the Big Red. Ethan Moore flips the puck through the air back into the Franklin zone. It's behind the net. Lucas Targo, he put it out in front. Moore whiffed on it. And Larabee's going to ice it. 4:49 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Draw's going to be to the left of Jacob Benoit. Won by NBA, and Lee Guy shoots it past the net to the right of Benoit. Now Guy again over in the left wing corner. Ethan Sides puts it out in front. Franklin come up with it. Here's Will McCormick dumping it into the NBA zone, Puck sent around the boards to the near side. And NBA able to clear it. Preston Kimbrough has it poked away. It's back in the Franklin zone. Hutchin Lowe sending it up the near boards. Cleared out by Kimbrough. Puck back in the Franklin end. They bring it out. Houston Vale dumps it back into the NBA zone. Vale played just 4 regular season games, one shy of the required minimum 5. But he got a waiver to take part in these playoffs. Here's Matt Yurjevich, a shot in the left circle, stopped and covered up by Hunter Wick, who was screened, but managed to see the puck as it came his way. 3:35 to go in the first, still no goals on the board. Puck ends up in the Franklin zone off the draw, sent the other way by the Admirals. Now here's Matt Moore through center, back into the Franklin zone. His shot hit the skates of Aiden Murphy and went past the net. Josh Yurjevich dropping it behind the net. Puck out on the far side. Cole Pointer getting pushed off. Oh, and then Quinn Spencer fumbles the puck in front of his own net. A chance for NBA, but Benoit has it and covers. Matt Moore and Eli Stark suddenly swarm the net. Benoit had to be strong and keep that thing out. 2:50 to go in the first. Still no goals on the board. Always to the right of Benoit. Puck comes up to the right point. Brandon Fremgen unable to keep it in the zone. Michael Mannion sweeps it into the NBA end. Puck is behind the net. Trying to clear it out. NBA player trying to clear it out. Hudson Loesch with a shot from the left point. That's stopped and held on to by Wick off his pads and into his glove. NBA got to be careful here. Draws to the right of Wick. Won by the Big Red. Puck on the far boards. Oh, and Trey Wick fell over. So here's Brandon Mills passing off Larrabee in front for Michael Mannion and hit his skates. Now he tries to wrap around, score! Hunter Wick came out of position. Mannion went around the back of the net, came out to the left side and tucked it in. Yeah, Franklin-BGA with the first goal, and they're up 1-0 with 2:15 left in the first. Draw one by Franklin. Now here's Lee Guy carrying the puck back into the Franklin zone. Left wing side, a shot. Missed the net. Puck sent towards the front of the net. Knocked away by Josh Yurjevich. Now it's out in front for Guy, and his shot missed. Oh, and then the puck sent to the crease. Or towards the front of the net. Benoit stops and covers. 1:46 to go in the first. 1-0 Franklin. Draw going to be to the left of Benoit here. Won by NBA, and a shot from the right point. Cooper Green misses the net. Puck on the left wing corner. Owen McGroarty putting it behind the net. Here's Casper Thurston. No, I'm sorry, it's Preston Kimbrough. Passing around to the far side. It comes out in space, sent towards the front of the net. Stopped and covered up by Benoit. It was Matt Moore sending it to the front of the net, but he had Lee Guy all alone in the slot. 84 seconds left in the first, still 1-0 Franklin. Draw's going to be to the right of Benoit. Won by Franklin. Matt Yurjevich, right wing side of the NBA zone, has to go to the inboards. Keeps the puck, passes up to the right point, and Spencer just held it in at the right point. But now NBA come up with it and they bring it out. Here's Cooper Green. Right wing side of the Franklin zone. A shot off the glove of Benoit and past the net. Final minute of the first. Here's Spencer. Carrying the puck out. Carries it over the red line, but it gets away from him. Sent back into the Franklin zone. Cleared out, though, by Casper Thurston, or excuse me, Aiden Murphy. Brought back in on the right wing side by Cooper Green. Now here's Ethan Sides passing it back down the wall towards Green. Trey Wick getting pushed into the boards. Final 30 seconds of the first. Big tie-up for the puck still at the boards. And Franklin, can they get it out? Yes, they do. It just went over the blue line and was sent back in by Wick. Trey Wick, a few of his teammates had to get back inside. Actually, one still has to get back inside. Ethan Sides hustling out of the zone, and the ref finally drops his arm. Here's Quinn Spencer in the NBA zone. Time running out. Fired the puck to the front of the net, but it hit the skates of Cam Kinzer anyway. Impressive start for Franklin. Michael Mannion with a goal with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first period, and it's the Admirals who have a 1-0 lead over NBA at the end of one in this Preds Cup opening round showdown. The Outlaws beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 8-0. So the Outlaws will play USNBA Nashville Christian next Monday night, while Station Camp Liberty Creek will play Summit Page on Wednesday night to try and keep their season alive. Again, Station Camp Summit Page won the Henry Hine Cup last year. Station Camp broke away in the offseason to form a new co-op with a new Sumner County High School, Liberty Creek. And now one of those two teams is going to get knocked out on Wednesday night and fail to defend their share of the title. It's going to be crazy. So a fantastic win for Matt Swinney and the Outlaws. That's a season sweep of Station Camp. They beat them in both regular season meetings, and now they've beaten them in the playoffs. I don't think they'll see each other again. I really don't. I'd be shocked if they do. Getting ready to go for the second period here. Franklin-BGA up 1-0 on NBA. Hunter Wick still in goal for the Big Red. Jacob Benoit still in goal for the Admirals. This second period, Franklin will carry the puck from my left to right and NBA from my right to left. NBA win the draw to start the second period. Up, but Michael DeSillo gives it away to Brandon Mills. Trying to pass to the slot, but Cooper Green jumps in there, knocks it away, keeps it away from Michael Mannion. Puck now behind the net. Here's Trace Graham to Cooper Green. Now Alex Dubé, left wing side of the Franklin zone. And a shot missed the net. Puck out on the far side. Nolan Larrabee with it at center. Brings it into the NBA and try to cross-ice pass to Brendan Mills. Intercepted by Cooper Green. Here's Hudson Loesch now on the far boards, firing it around the wall. Now the puck out in front of the NBA net. Oh, and Michael Totillo grabs it and gets it away from there. Puck carried back into the Franklin zone by NBA, but the Admirals are going to bring it out. Brandon Mills trying to cross-ice pass to Nolan Larrabee. That's knocked away by Cooper Green. Oh, but we get a whistle. Is it going to be too many men? Eli Stark is going to serve the penalty. I think it's too many men against MBA. So Franklin, that's the first penalty of the game too. So Franklin getting the first power play of the game. Up 1-0 with 12:39 to go in the second here on the Terry Crisp Rink, formerly known as Rink 1. By the way, that completes the Hein Cup first-round matchups for tonight. The final Hein Cup first-round matchup, the 3-6 game between Hendersonville Beach and Centennial, is on Wednesday night. Draw was to the right of Hunter Wick, won by MBA. They sent it around the boards to the near side. Shot from the left circle misses the net. Puck fired into the netting above the glass from the right wing corner by Cam Kinzer. So the puck will stay in the zone. It'll be dropped to the left of Wick. 28 seconds have gone by on the power play for Franklin. Draw one by MBA. They get it around the boards, and out it goes. Puck behind the Franklin net, picked up by Matt Yurievich. Yurievich passing across to Hudson Loesch. Loesch right wing side of the Franklin zone. Tried a centering pass. It was broken up by Brandon Fremgen. Michael Mannion now comes out to the left wing side. Passes up top to the left point. Quinn Spencer passing to the right point. Yurievich sending it towards the front of the net and was knocked away with a stick of green, and it's cleared out by Dubé. Under a minute left in the power play for the Admirals. Grant Hayes backhands the puck back into the NBA zone on the right wing side. Matt Yurievich driving it back to Hudson Loesch in the right half wall. Loesch moving down the right wing, a shot. Stopped and held onto by Wick. 26 seconds left of the power play. 11:05 to go in the second. Still 1-0. Franklin. Draw is going to be to the left of Wick. Draw one by MBA, and it's fired down ice by Cam Kinzer. Puck carried back into the NBA zone. Penalty time against the Big Red is up. They're now back at even strength. And NBA shot gloved and held on to by Jacob Benoit. We got a little pushing and shoving after the whistle that requires some extra whistles. 10-10 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Franklin. Michael Mannion with the only goal of the game so far. Draw is going to be to the left of Jacob Benoit. No, actually it's going to be to his right. Going to be to his right. Shots on goal are even at 8 apiece. Draw one by MBA. Here's Lee Guy. Around the back of the net out to the right wing side. Pass to the slot. Matt Moore, shot blocked. It's out in front of backhander. Stop by Benoit. Rebound, score. Trace Graham. He refused to quit. His backhander was stopped, and then he bets the rebound out of the air into the back of the net. Oh, it was a power. Oh, there was a penalty called in that post whistle shoving. Cole Pointer was in the box, so it was a power play for the Big Red, and they have converted it to tie the game at 1 with 9:55 to go in the second. Puck in the Franklin zone off the draw. Now it's sent back towards the NBA end. Icing is going to be waved off. Tracking it down is Pointer. Sends it around the boards to the left wing corner, and Matt Jurjevic. Jurjevic behind the net, passes over to the right wing side, and Pointer now back down low. Jurjevic try to put it back in front for Pointer. Intercepted, and Lee Guy's going to carry it to center. Lee Guy into the Franklin zone. Couldn't split defenders, but getting off a shot was Trace Graham that Benoit had to save with a right leg pad. Here's Grant Hayes now, left wing side of the NBA zone. Puck behind the net, Cooper Green passing it around to the near side. And a pass attempt intercepted. Matt Jurjevic, a shot blocked away by Hunter Wick. Puck is behind the net. Grant Hayes passing to the far side. Jurjevic driving it back behind the net for Pointer. Pointer pressed up into the boards. Pointer. Here's Grant Hayes on the far side, pushed into the boards. Cooper Green will clear. Here's Hudson Loesch passing up the far side. Matt Jurjevic with it. Carries it back into the front NBA zone. Oh, but either Cole Pointer or Owen McGroarty stepped over the blue line before he did. Offside called. 8:25 to go in the first, still 1-1. Draw's going to be on the dot across from the Franklin bench at center in front of the bleachers. Won by NBA. Now Franklin get it, bring it back into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Brendan Fremgen with it now for NBA, trying to clear it out. Fremgen clears. It's on the near side. Preston Kimbrough sends it back into the NBA zone. Cleared out again. Lucas Tarquin takes a bump, but Matt Moore able to send the puck back into the Franklin zone. Owen McGroarty brings it out. Sent back the other way. Here's Ethan Moore just inside the Franklin zone, and the puck taken away. Lucas Tarquin now passing to the far side, and Fremgen. Fremgen ahead. Here's Lee Guy. And the puck shot on goal from the just behind the blue line by Lucas Tarquin. Jacob Benoit having to make the save. Here's Tarquin trying to back into the puck to the front of the net. Benoit to knock it down. Here's Hudson Loesch backhanding it ahead to McCormick. Oh, but the puck is still in the zone. Ethan Moore, a shot. Stopped and held on to by Benoit. 7 minutes to go in the second. Still 1-1. Draws to the left of Benoit. Puck out in front. Oh, and a point-blank save by Benoit and Eli Stark. Oh, and another shot went off the stick of Benoit and out of play. Shots on goal for NBA are starting to pick up. They have 16 to Franklin's 9. Draws to Benoit's left. Won by NBA, and a one-timer from Guy goes screaming over the net. Quinn Spencer, left wing corner. Now Brandon Mills. Ahead for Michael Mannion, who has the Franklin goal. Right wing side of the NBA zone now. Around the back of the net. Backhands it up to the left point. Josh Jurjevich taking a shot. Hit Larrabee, and then Larrabee in the left circle shoots it past the net. Oh, and puck came out in front, but Mills couldn't get a stick on it. It's taken and cleared by Stark. Here's Stark. Left wing side of the Franklin zone. Pass across. Guy finally gets a stick on it, takes a shot, and he misses the net. Held in at the left point. Herlitzka sends it past the net. Right point, a shot from Green. Stopped by Benoit. Here's Brandon Mills now back in the NBA zone. Tried to drop it back to Matt Jurjevich. Got tied up with Green. Jurjevich passing to the right wing or left wing side, and a shot from Mannion goes over the net. And there's going to be a penalty, a high sticking call against NBA. And it is the penalty kind. And it is going to be against Cooper Green. So it's a big player to go off the ice for NBA for 2 minutes. Franklin back in the power play. Game tied at 1, 5:43 to go in the second. Draw was to the right, or left, of Wick. Won by Franklin. Michael Mannion sent it past the net. Puck is now out at center. Quinn Spencer. Oh, Matt Jurjevich, and it poked away from him. Matt Moore in the left wing corner. And it looked like he had his stick held on to by Spencer. Yep. And Spencer's going to go to the box for it. It looked like Spencer was holding his stick. Or it's just plain on holding. If it's holding the stick, the ref would do the holding and then a stick motion. So it's 4-on-4 for a minute 44, 5:26 to go in the second, 1-1. Draws to the right of Benoit. Won by Franklin. Michael Mannion passing up the far side, hit the skates of Jurjevich. Matt Jurjevich went out. Cam Kenzer sends it back into the Franklin zone. Here's Hudson Loesch. Ahead to Matt Jurjevich. Oh, Jurjevich backs into the official. That caused him to lose the puck. Hudson Loesch grabs it. Puck is now back in the NBA zone. Eli Stark getting it out. A correction, it's Trey Witt getting it out. Hudson Loesch now left wing side. Passes across to Matt Jurjevich. Jurjevich round one defender. A backhander blocked away by Hunter Wick. Minute left in the 4-on-4. Here's Cam Kinzer. Dumbing it back into the Franklin zone. Tracked down by Josh Jurjevich. Jurjevich behind the net. Passes to his right, and Hudson Loesch. Ahead for Matt Jurjevich. Jurjevich right wing side of the NBA zone to the front of the net. A shot. Ooh, looked like it hit the outside of the post to the left of Wick. There's under a minute left in the Franklin penalty now. As NBA able to get the puck away, and they're going to end up icing it. It's Trace Graham icing it. 4:12 to go in the second. Game still tied at 1. Draw to the right of Wick. Won by NBA. Michael Datillo. Under 30 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Once the NBA penalty expires, they'll have, a 16-second power play. Yeah, 16 seconds. Puck out at center. Preston Kimbrough sends it back into the NBA zone. Cole Pointer takes a light hit from Michael Datillo. Penalty time against NBA is up. They're on the power play, but I think Franklin have just got caught with too many men. Yes. Quinn Spencer to the box. No, Spencer left the box. There's still time on his penalty. He stepped out of the box. Cooper Green's penalty is up. Spencer has to step back in. So Spencer left the box when he shouldn't have. That's why they blew the whistle. Because Quinn Spencer came out of the box prematurely. There are 12 seconds left in his penalty, which is a power play now, a very brief power play for NBA. Game tied at 1 with 3:37 to go in the second period. And the officials talking with each other, and the two captains at center, Cooper Green. Well, I don't know if Matt Yurievich is a captain. I know Green is the MBA captain. Yeah, he's the Franklin captain. Just turned around and I saw his C. So, and now J.P. Dumont talking with one of the officials. And they have put time back up on the board. They put 3 seconds back up on the board. So 15 seconds left of the penalty to Quinn Spencer. That's a power play for NBA. 3:41 to go in the second. Game tied at 1. Draw one by Franklin. They send it into the NBA zone, but it's picked off by Cooper Green, and he steps out. Now he's in the Franklin zone on the right wing side, taking a shot, gloved and held onto by Jacob Benoit, with just 2 seconds left of the man advantage for the Big Red now. Draw is going to be to the left of Benoit. Puck slides past the net. And cleared out by Kimbrough. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength. Puck on the far boards inside the NBA zone. Carried out by Matt Moore. Backhanded ahead, Lee Guy. Guy in the Franklin zone. Shot went off the stick of Hudson Lotion past the net. Puck out on the far side, Owen McGroarty. Nope, excuse me, it's Matt Yurievich. Now he's on the left wing side of the NBA zone. Try to pass across, went off the stick of Green. Michael Mannion with it, trying to get it to the front of the net for Brandon Mills. That's broken up. Here's Lee Guy with 2 defenders in front of him. Couldn't get around Spencer. Oh, he did get off a shot that Benoit has to stop with a left leg pad. Puck now back in the Franklin zone on the far side. Passed ahead to Nolan Larrabee, who drops it back into his own zone for Mannion, and now Mannion going to pass it over to Quinn Spencer. And now Lee Guy intercepted it for a moment, but he got knocked down. Now here's Cooper Green at the end boards. His own zone, passing up the near side to Lee Guy. Guy across to Trey Wick, whose shot is off the left leg pad of Benoit. Puck now at center. Cooper Green backhanding it back towards Trey Wick, who sends it back into the Franklin zone. It's cleared out again. And now Michael Mannion dumping it deep into the NBA zone. Michael DiTillo backhanding it around to the near side. Cooper Green fakes a slap shot as he brings it back into the Franklin zone. Aiden Murphy will clear, and big collision between he and Ethan Sides. They both go down. Offside warning against NBA as Alex Dubé finally gets back on side. Puck back in the NBA zone. Michael DiTillo passing to the far side. And a stretch pass from Cooper Green ahead to Trey Wick, who backhands it back into the Franklin end. Final minute of the second. Puck out on the far boards. It's in the right wing corner of the Franklin zone. Matt Moore passing down low to Lee Guy, who tried to send it to the front of the net, but nobody in a white sweater was there. Oh, and Guy got a little shot from Yurievich, and Guy kind of went to the ground, but I think he was play acting, and they're both going to go to the box. It's the younger Yurievich, Josh, roughing against him. What are they going to call on Guy, though? It's going to be a 5-on-5 still. 33.5 seconds to go in the second as Lee Guy angrily goes into the box. Now Yurievich will step in up. Somebody else in the box with him. Is he serving a 2 and a 10? as Ed Herlitzka stepped into the NBA box to tell Lee Guy to calm down. Oh, so there is a power play for NBA. Jurjevic got an extra 2. Yeah, there are 4 skaters out there for Franklin as a shot from Cam Kinzer off the blocker of Jacob Benoit into the netting above the glass. Puck in the right wing corner of the Franklin zone off the draw. Admirals try to clear, held into the right point. Passed over to Cooper Green, left wing side, a shot stopped by Benoit. Rebound, oh, shot just past the net to the right of Benoit by Trace Graham. Green out high with it again, moving along the blue line to the right wing side. Spins around to keep the puck away from Grant Hayes, gets off a shot that's stopped and held onto by Benoit. 7.8 seconds to go in the second. Draw to the right of Benoit. One by NBA, and it just misses. Shot from Cooper Green just misses the net to the left of Benoit, and that is it for the second period. Trace Graham tying the game up for the Big Red. And they and Franklin-BGA are tied at 1 after 2 in this Preds Cup opening round showdown. NBA will have 87 seconds of power play time carrying over to the third period. Jacob Benoit still in goal for Franklin-BGA. Hunter Wick still in goal for NBA. Again, NBA with 87 seconds of power play time carrying over to this third period. This third period, NBA will carry the puck from my left to right and Franklin from my right to left. Third period is underway. Puck in the NBA zone on the left wing side. Hudson Loesch knocked down by Cooper Green as he was shooting. Now here's Cooper Green, left wing side of the Franklin zone, around the back of the net. Comes out to the near side, and Franklin take the puck and clear. A minute left in the power play for the Big Red. Hunter Wick's going to leave it for Matt Moore. Moore behind his own net, passing it off to Green. Now back to Moore. Now Green. Left wing side of the Franklin zone, backhands it past the net. Hudson Loesch smacks it to the near side. Matt Moore keeps it alive. Moore below the right circle, passing out to the right half or left half wall in Green. Out of the slot, and Trace Graham, who deflects it past the net. Out in front of Eli Starga, backhander, turned away by Benoit. Under 30 seconds left in the power play for NBA. Trace Graham Trying to put the puck out in front. And it's cleared out by Quinn Spencer. Here's Cole Pointer into the NBA zone on the left wing side. Carries the puck to the inboards. Now it's on the near side, Cam Kinzer. Drops it behind the net for Brandon Fremgen. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength. However, there's still a man in the box for each side. Serving, I guess Lee Guy is served a 2-minute penalty, and he'll come out at the next whistle. I'm not sure who else is in the box for Franklin. As the shot from Trey Wick is stopped and covered up by Jacob Benoit. And finally, the other two guys in the box were released. Lee Guy is released, and it was Nolan Larrabee sitting in the box with Josh Yurievich. 12:07 to go in regulation. Game tied at 1. If we're still tied at the end of this third, we'll go to a 3-on-3, 5-minute sudden death overtime. We're still tied after that. We head to a best-of-3 round shootout. Puck is in the Franklin zone. Hudson Loesch. Offside warning against NBA. Ref drops his arm as Loesch with a shot from center that's kicked away by Wick with a right leg pad. Comes out to the left point. Oh, and Loesch with a one-timer stop by Wick. And then Grant Hayes couldn't get off the rebound try. And now here's Alex Dubé on a breakaway in the Franklin zone. A shot stopped by Benoit. And he whiffed on the rebound too. Now the puck passed over to the far side. Here's Trey Wick. Flicking it down. Now carries it down the left wing. Puts it in front. And a backhander from Dubé. Stopped by Benoit. And he's got it covered. Jacob Benoit. Wow, how good has he been tonight? 23 saves on 24 shots. Game tied at 1 still with 11:08 to go in regulation. Draws to Benoit's left. Won by NBA. Cooper Green, a shot. Score! It got through traffic into the back of the net. Benoit was screened and it evades him. And NBA have their first lead of the game. It's 2-1 with 11:03 to go in regulation. Draw one by NBA. Puck in the Franklin zone behind the net. Here's Lee Guy. Now Matt Yurievich with a puck for Franklin. He's going to carry it out. Left wing side of the NBA zone. Try to pass the slot. McGroarty. McGroarty falling over Cooper Green. Or he and Cooper Green falling over each other. Clearing attempt held into the blue line. Quinn Spencer a shot. Hit the shins of Green, who felt it. He's limping a bit. Puck cleared out by Cooper Green. This will be an icing against NBA. 10:19 to go in regulation. The Big Red up 2-1. Franklin the loser of this game will play Father Ryan on Wednesday night. The winner will play Ravenwood next Monday. Draws to the right of Hunter Wick. Won by NBA. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Lucas Tarquin at center, flicking it ahead. Now Brendan Fremgen, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Try to pass it over to Ethan Moore, and that was stolen away by Houston Vale. Vale knocked down by a charging Ed Herlitzka. Here's Matt Moore bringing the puck back into the Franklin zone, but lost it. Hudson Loesch now at center. Back into the NBA zone, puck knocked off his stick. Lucas Tarquin at center on the far side. Now Herlitzka shoots it back into the Franklin zone. Aiden Murphy banks it off the near boards. Here's Vale. Puck back in the NBA zone, cleared out by the Big Red. Hudson Loesch behind his own net. Passing to his left to Preston Kimbrough. It is stick tied up by Lee Guy, but Franklin able to clear the puck out, but it comes to Datillo at center. He sends it back into the Franklin zone. Picked up at the inboards by Nolan Larrabee. Stretch pass up the far side, misses Cam Kinzer. And goes into the NBA zone. Puck is behind the net. Banked off the near boards. Here's Kimbrough. And clearing attempt knocked down. And Quinn Spencer getting hit. Trying to get to the NBA blue line, and he's still down. So the whistle blows. 8:17 left in regulation. Still 2-1 NBA. And Spencer making his way back to his skates. He'll skate back to the bench. Puck's going to be dropped right at center. 8:17 left in regulation, 2-1 NBA. Here's Brandon Mills bringing the puck into the NBA zone. Pass Michael Datillo in front of shot. Turned away by Hunter Wick with a right leg pad. Josh Yurievich. Pass hit the skates of Trace Graham, so the puck fired on goal from the Franklin blue line by Hudson Loesch, and Hunter Wick having to stop it. Puck was played with a high stick by Nolan Larrabee. Puck sitting behind the NBA net. And Matt Yurievich will finally touch it up to bring out the whistle. Cooper Green, Nolan Larrabee, and Brandon Mills were all standing over it looking at it, playing a game of you touch it, no you touch it, no you touch it. So the puck will be dropped in the Franklin zone to the left of Benoit. 7:28 left in regulation, 2-1 NBA. Draw one by Franklin. Puck comes around the boards to the far side. Trace Graham, a shot past the net. Here's Lee Guy behind the net. Comes out, shoots off the right leg pad of Benoit. Now Matt Yurievich at center. Leading a 3-on-2 into the NBA zone. Oh, he whiffs on the shot attempt on the right wing side, and the puck cleared out by the Big Red. Here's Lee Guy back in the Franklin zone on the right wing. Tried to cut to the front of the net, but Josh Yurievich jumps in and pokes the puck away. Now here's Lee Guy again. Cutting to the front of the net. A backhander. Stopped by Benoit. Big save by Benoit. And then he backed into the net and knocked it loose. 6:45 left in regulation. Still 2-1 NBA. Draw to the left of Benoit. Won by MBA. Shot from Cam Kinzer, deflected by the stick of Eli Stark. It bounced past the net. Puck out on the far boards. Matt Moore taking shoves from Grant Hayes and Preston Kimbrough as they battle for the puck on the kick plate. Dug loose by Cole Pointer, but he gets bumped off it by Ethan Moore. Here is Preston Kimbrough trying to clear, and it does go past Brandon Frimgen and out. It's back in the NBA zone, picked up by Cam Kinzer. Whipped around the boards to the near side. NBA with a puck. Puck still at the inboards of the NBA zone. Carried around the back of the net by Matt Moore. He comes out to the far side. Brings it out to center. Gives it away to Owen McGroarty. McGroarty then takes a hit from Moore. Brings it back into the NBA zone. I'm sorry, that's Quinn Spencer bringing it back into the NBA zone and sending it off the outside frame of the net. And NBA end up icing the puck. 5:15 to go in regulation. They're up 2-1 on Franklin, excuse me. The Mount Juliet Rutherford game should be getting close to its end. Draw to the left of Hunter Wick. Winner of that game will play Pope next Monday night. Loser plays Brentwood on Wednesday. Here's Cooper Green behind his own net. Passing up the far side, and it's out. Here's Hudson Loesch. At center. Bringing the puck back into the NBA zone. He's on the left side, taking a shot that misses the net. Oh, and whiffing on the shot attempt to the right point was Aiden Murphy. And now here's Lee Guy, right wing side of the Franklin zone in front. Score! Jacob Benoit trying to dive out and poke the puck away. But he left the net well wide open, and Lee Guy slides it in to give NBA a 3-1 lead with 4:29 left in regulation. Oh, and Matt Yurievich had the stick knocked out of his hand as he carried the puck into the NBA zone. And it's going to be an interference call against Ed Herlitzka. So Franklin back to the power play, down 3-1 with 4:17 left in regulation. Draw is going to be to Hunter Wick's left. Matt Yurievich shooting from the right point. I think Wick got a piece of it as it went past the net. Quinn Spencer holding it in at the left point. Trying to get it to the slot. But it comes to Cooper Green and he's able to clear. Brandon Mills, left point. Moving down the left wing, a shot stopped and held on to by Hunter Wick. 86 seconds left in the power play, 3:42 left in regulation, still 3-1 NBA. Draws to Wick's right, won by Franklin. Quinn Spencer. Now Matt Yurievich Back to Spencer on the left wing side. Spencer a shot. Hit the stick of, I think, Cooper Green. Now here's Brandon Mills behind the net. They score! Michael Mannion in the right circle roofs it. It's a power play goal for Franklin. They're down 3-2 with 3:15 left in regulation. NBA win the draw, send it towards the Franklin zone, but it's kept out. Lee Guy knocked down by Grant Hayes as Trace Graham dumps the puck back into the Franklin zone. Hudson Loesch with it. Loesch passing up the near side off the stick of Owen McGroarty. Loesch getting pushed down at center by Lee Guy. Puck back in the NBA zone. It's over on the far side. And it leaks out to center. It's on the far side. Guy. Now Trace Graham, right wing side of the Franklin zone. Puck knocked off his stick and out. Michael Detillo dumps it back in the Franklin end. He was just behind the red line. Icing that waved off, however. Quinn Spencer drops it behind the net for Nolan Larrabee. Larrabee behind his own net. Over to Matt Jurjevic. Jurjevic at center. Into the NBA zone, right wing side. Jacob Benoit to the bench for the extra attackers. The Franklin net is empty with under 2 minutes to go. Puck sent towards the NBA net, turned away by Wick. Comes back to Matt Jurjevic, and his shot gloved and held onto. Actually, it was a backdoor pass attempt to Michael Mannion, gloved and held onto by Wick. He knew Mannion was there. 96 seconds left in regulation, 3-2 NBA. And now a timeout is going to be called by the Big Red. Well, except for the first game of this triple-header where USN had a comfortable win over Summit. These last two games have been really, really good. Pope squeaking out with a 2-1 win over Brentwood, and now NBA trying to get out of here with a 3-2 win over Franklin. I'd like to make it 4, just to get some breathing space. As now the refreshing for a Rampage Mount Juliet final begins. Obviously, since the puck will be dropped to the right of Hunter Wick, the Franklin net will remain empty. Timeout is done. Players in position for the face-off. And Franklin won the draw, but they couldn't keep it in the zone. Hudson Loesch inside his own end now. Stops behind his empty net. Passes it up the far side. Michael Mannion, tried to go to Grant Hayes. It was intercepted for a moment by Matt Moore. Now the puck is back in the NBA zone. Behind the net, Cooper Green. Backhanding it ahead. Poked out by Eli Stark, and here's Lee Guy waiting for the puck of the Franklin blue line, but he couldn't get the stick on it. And then it's shot past the net from the right wing side by Matt Moore. Under a minute left in regulation now. What a chance for Lee Guy. He was hanging out at the Franklin blue line, but he couldn't keep the puck in his stick. We get a whistle with 52.6 seconds left in regulation. MBA up 3-2. They're going to drop the puck in front of the Franklin bench. And are they going to leave the net empty? Yes, they are, even though the faceoff is right outside the Franklin zone. Draw one by MBA. Lee Guy sends it into the MBA or Franklin zone. Picked up. Quinn Spencer hangs out behind his own net. Steps out to his left. Spencer backhands it ahead to Hudson Loesch. Loesch, right wing side of the NBA zone. Puck poked off his stick and fired down ice past the empty net by Cam Kinzer for the icing with 29.9 seconds to go in regulation. NBA up 3-2. Draws to the left of Wick. Won by Franklin. Puck behind the net. Owen McGroarty. Passing over to Grant Hayes. Hayes sending it to the front of the net. Stopped by Wick. Now the puck comes out to the near side. Wick covers, or far side of the net, and Wick covers with 14.4 seconds to go. Draw to Wick's left. Won by Franklin. Matt Yuryevich's shot deflected into the glove of Wick. I think it was Grant Hayes who got the tip near the slot. 9.8 seconds to go. Draw to Wick's left again. NBA win the draw, get it behind the net. Oh, but Hudson Loesch is there. He goes around the back of the net. Passes out, right circle, a shot, missed the net. And Owen McGroarty can't reach for the rebound. And that's it. NBA escape. They escape with a 3-2 win over Franklin-BGA. Tremendous game. Tremendous game by Franklin, especially by Jacob Benoit, making 25 saves on 28 shots. Big win. Big win for MBA, and they will face Ravenwood next Monday night while Franklin will play Father Ryan on Wednesday. So the night is done, and just got to get the final for Mount Juliet and Rutherford now. The first round for the Preds Cup is done. There's one more High Cup first round game to come on Wednesday night between Hendersonville and Centennial. So Michael Mannion scored both goals for Franklin-BGA. The goals for MBA were scored by Trace Graham, Cooper Green, and Lee Guy, the game winner. And Lee Guy is going to be player of the game, thanks to his game winner, which was just awesome. Carried the puck to the front of the Franklin net. Jacob Benoit tried to dive out and poke it away, but he left too much space and he got burned. The guy managed to score. So a big win for the Big Red as they defeat Franklin-BGA 3-2. So with the, I don't know a score for Rutherford Mount Juliet yet, but the bracket for the next phase is almost set. Let's see if I can get Kevin Bond to text me a Rutherford Mount Juliet score. That's the wrong thing. That's Twitter. Hopefully it won't be too long before. I really want to get a Mount Juliet Rutherford final before I have to leave the air for tonight. I want to know the finals of all 7 games. Folks, I got to step away real quick. I'll be back. All right, sorry, folks. I really had to step away. Mount Juliet Green 11 have beaten Rutherford 6-2, so the night in GNASH is done with that. Let me send that out. So we've gotten every final tonight. Let me just update my bracket real quick. All right, so we've gotten the entirety of the first round of the Predators Cup done. 1 game left in the Hein Cup first round that needs to be played. So the finals for tonight. In the Preds Cup opener, Ravenwood beat Father Ryan 8-1. USNBA Nashville Christian in the High Cup opener beat Summit Page 7-2. Another High Cup first round game, Nolensville-Ensworth-Lipscomb beat Independence 5-3. Big score here, Pope Prep CPA GCA beat Brentwood 2-1. Tennessee Outlaws beat Station Camp Liberty Creek 8-0. Mount Juliet Green Hill Lebanon beat the Rutherford Rampage 6-2. And just now Montgomery Bell beating Franklin-BGA 3-2. So the schedule for Wednesday night, the first night of February, looks like this. 7:10 on Rink A at Centennial. The final game in the opening round of the playoffs, the final game in the opening round of the Hein Cup, the 3-6 game. Centennial taking on Hendersonville Beach. Those two teams met just a week ago, or last Wednesday, and Hendersonville beat Centennial 5-2. 8 o'clock here on Rink 2 in Bellevue. Preds Cup elimination game between Father Ryan and Franklin. I believe that's correct. Yes. 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial. First Hein Cup elimination game between Summit Page and Station Camp Liberty Creek. And then at 8:40 on Rink A at Centennial, Preds Cup elimination game between Rutherford Rampage and Brentwood. And then on Friday night, the other Hein Cup elimination game this week, 6:30 on Rink B at Centennial. Independence taking on the Hendersonville Centennial loser. I'm not sure what we're doing yet on Wednesday nights. I'm going to have a look tonight and assess the situation, because I don't really know. I don't know if Rutherford can beat Brentwood. I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't think Station Camp can beat Summit. I don't know. I'm going to go home and assess, because I'm just not sure. I'm really not sure about what to do on Wednesday night, because, again, I don't think Rutherford can beat Brentwood. I really don't. I'm not sure if Ryan can beat Franklin either. I don't know. I really don't know. I really do not know. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm really stuck. I'm really stuck. Here's the crazy thing. Brentwood are going to have to end up on, oh my God, on next Wednesday night. If Brentwood win on Wednesday night, then next Wednesday night, they have to play whoever loses that NBA Ravenwood game next Monday. You talk about a conundrum. Wow. You talk about insanity. You talk about nuttiness. I may end up, if that NBA Brentwood game ends up being a matchup, I might have to do it. I don't want to ignore the Hein Cup, but I mean, an NBA Brentwood elimination game or a Ravenwood Brentwood elimination game, man, that's too big. That is too big not to do. All right, it is time for me to shut up and get off the air and start packing up and start heading back to Murfreesboro. Thank you all so very much for listening tonight. It was a triple header tonight. It's probably going to be a triple header next Monday and a triple header the Monday after that, because those are the bigger games for the most part. All right, our on-air finals tonight, USNBA Nashville Christian 7, Summit Page 2, Pope Prep CPA GCA 2, Brentwood 1, and just now, Montgomery Bell 3, Franklin-BGA 2. You all stay safe in the weather that's coming in overnight. And hopefully it won't affect us to the point that we have to move games. Boy, it'd be really bad. If we got to this point in the season, right on the cusp of starting to send teams home, and we had to move games, that would suck so much. Anyway, I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all so much for listening. Talk to you Wednesday from I don't know where just yet. And good night, everybody, from Fordyce Center in Bellevue.